Alright, today's lesson is solving quadratics by factoring. Now, so far we have solved a quadratic in vertex form. We have solved a quadratic using the quadratic formula. And now we're going to solve by factoring. So, the first thing you want to do is make sure that you are in standard form. So, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Remember, we always set it equal to 0 because that's where the roots are located on the x-axis, where y is equal to 0. Okay, then to solve this, we will have to factor it. So recall, to factor, we use the x method, and we multiply a times c, so 1 times negative 12. B value goes on the bottom. We find two numbers that multiply to give us the top, add to give us the bottom. And then we have to find two numbers, and those two numbers, let's go with 6 and negative 2. They multiply to give us the top, and they add to give us the bottom. Draw our fraction line. We're going to put the a value on top. And so we end up here with x plus 6, which is this factor, and x minus 2, which is this factor, equal to 0. So now that we have factored this, we're going to use this property. The zero product property states that if the product, okay, that means multiply, so these are the two things we're multiplying, of two quantities equals 0, so here's two quantities that equal 0, at least one of the quantities must equal 0. So to get the solutions, we're going to set each quantity equal to 0. So x plus 6 equal to 0, and x minus 2 equal to 0. And then we solve both of these equations for x. And that's how we end up with this first solution. Solve the second quantity, and that's how we end up with our second solution. So now we know what the roots are. Okay, so let's take a look at another example. Let's take a look at number 6 here on this worksheet. So we want to get this in standard form, so we're going to have to do a little simplifying here. So we'll distribute. Then we're going to set this equal to 0, get it in standard form. So we're going to have to cancel this side out over here. I like keeping my x squared positive. If this had been a negative x squared, I would have canceled this out and moved it over here. So we get what you do to one side, you do to the other side. Okay. Factoring this using the x, let's see, since the a value is 1, we're going to have x and x. 6 times 2 is 12, 6 plus 2 is 8, pretty simple, 6 and 2. Now this what I'm doing right here is you can only do this when the a value is a 1, okay? So then we're going to set each factor equal to 0, and then solve those factors for x, which means to isolate x. So we get negative 6 as one solution and negative 2 as the second solution. And these are rational numbers. This symbol represents rational numbers. It's actually a double strike Q, but Q will be fine. Alright, nice short video. See you on Monday.